session with another wonderful episodes of this Tulasi Dalam by Patriji. So we are learning what he has written here. And when I notice this book, every master is saying the same thing. Truth is same, right, my dear friends? But in a different form, different way, in a different perspective, everybody started putting their words in the universe there, right? So that we can take. So wherever we resonate, we can take the knowledge and the learnings from them and move forward. And we also experience the same. And today we will learn few main points from this Tulasi Dalam. So today, our session, today Adi Shankaracharya is in our session, right? So Adi Shankaracharya, yesterday only I was learning about Adi Shankaracharya. Adi Shankaracharya was initiated into Kriya Yoga by Mahavatar Babaji. Yesterday I was reading autobiography of Yogi, right? So in that autobiography of Yogi, they mentioned, like Paramahamsa Yogananda mentioned that Adi Shankaracharya was met with Babaji and then he was taken Diksha from Babaji. So special, so wonderful. Yesterday and today, both days he's here. So let us see what Adi Shankaracharya is expressing. So as we know, Adi Shankaracharya written so many great, what do you call, verses or great sayings. And from that, what do you call that? I forgot that what we call, but Adi Shankaracharya's from Adi Shankaracharya's scriptures, we will read one thing and we will understand what he is saying. So pranayamam pratyaharam nitya nitya viveka vicharam japya sameta samadhi vidhanam kurvavadanam mahavadanam. So Adi Shankaracharya wrote Bhajagovindam, Anandalahari, and all those things, right? From that Bhajagovindam, this is very important shloka. We always hear from Patri sir. Let me repeat it again. Pranayamam pratyaharam nitya nitya viveka vicharam japya sameta samadhi vidhanam kurvavadhanam mahavadhanam. So pranayamam pratyaharam. Pranayamam means observing our own breath. Pranayama means observing our own breath. Pratyaharam means going, redirecting our senses inside. All the senses what we have, we use it to spend energy outside, right? So in meditation, what we are doing is we are observing our breath and we are inverting all the senses inside. And nitya nitya viveka vicharam means what is truth, what is not truth. We are trying to understand this with our own experiences. So pranayama means observing our breath. Pratyahara means redirecting our senses inside. Nitya nitya viveka vicharam. That means like what is truth, what is not truth, what is real, and we are trying to find out in our practice. Japya sameta samadhi vidhanam. So this is it. So one must practice pranayamam pratyaharam nitya nitya viveka vicharam. When we understand, when we do all these things, right? So then only we come into samadhi state. Then only we come into the state of realization, and then only we considered as we read a great spiritual book. The first spiritual book we must read every day is our own spiritual book, right? So how do you read yourself? Not from outside, right? You will not find yourself outside anywhere. Only way you can find yourself is inside. So when you go inside, you are reading your own book, you are reading your own grantha, you are reading your own spiritual journey. So by doing all these things, then only you can receive the samadhi state. Always we have to use our intellect to help ourselves in order to understand the wisdom and knowledge, my dear friends. And Shankaracharya said that it's Bhajagovindam. Every verse has beautiful meaning in it. If anybody is interested, they can go to pssmmovement.org and Patriji Patriji kept all the videos or audio recordings of Bhaja Govindam there beautifully, how it relates with meditation and what is the definition behind it. It is so beautifully said. And the next one is Patriji mentioned is this Tapatrayam. What? Let us see what is Tapatrayam. Tapam means misery. Tapam means misery. Trayam means three. We have three types of misery in the world. One is Adhyatmika Tapam, second is Adibhautika Tapam, third is Adidaivika Tapam. So the first one is Adhyatmika Tapam means the one we get the one we get misery from Kama, Krodha, Loha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. The six, there are six Arishad Vargas, right? Arishad Vargas means six. So, like the greediness, the lust, the fear, the insecurities, all those things, they always bother us. They always bother us some or the other way. Like, we feel either we feel jealous, if we feel insecure, if we feel fear, we feel greedy towards any item. So every time we feel these things, right? One of these things are combination of these things, we are into suffering, my dear friends. And the second Adi Bhautika Tapam, it says that we are receiving suffering from outside without our action. Like somebody is cheating us, somebody is blaming us, somebody is like pushing something on us or hitting us, whatever it is, right? When we receive the misery, when we receive the trouble from outside, it is called Adi Bhautika Tapam. And the third thing is Adi Daivika Tapam. The Adi Daivika Tapam means the suffering we receive from the nature, like extreme heat or extreme cold, or like drought and turbulence in the weather and earthquakes and all we receive from nature, right? Those are called Adi Daivika Tapam. So every human being goes through these three types of miseries. But one yogi, these three misery things will not touch a yogi. That is what they are saying. A yogi can be never touched by this, and he will be away. He will be above from all this misery, because yesterday only we learned, right, why we are suffering, because of Trishna. So when we understand the consciousness, we are coming out of that Trishna, that desire to have everything. So when we come out of that desire, right, then we are above from all these things. That is what in the Tapatriyam they mentioned as. So for that Tapatriyam, three, right? Three miseries, right? So they put like three butterflies. When we come out of it, we become free, just like butterflies. And the next one is Jnana and Mukti. In this one, they have kept Lord Shiva here. So Lord Shiva is always in meditation and always receiving the knowledge and always increasing the knowledge. Patri sir says many times, said many times that there is no death and there is no end to learning. So we will just keep on learning. No matter how great Shiva is, how Hanuman Shiva is, they are even now still they sit in meditation. So if they are sitting in meditation, how much meditation one must do on this planet Earth, right? So we must learn these things from Shiva. So Jnana and Mukti. What is Jnana and Mukti? Jnana means knowledge. Mukti means freedom, right? Liberation. So when we come out of these three types of miseries, then we will be liberated. How we will be liberated? With knowledge only, my dear friends. So the knowledge can be replaced for all the greeds what we have, right? So when we increase our knowledge, when we read books, when we meet masters, when we practice meditation, receive messages in our meditation, so what happens is we increase our knowledge. When knowledge is increased, definitely we are coming out of that low quality thoughts, low quality thinking, like anger or lust or greed or jealousy, all those low vibrational feelings, we are coming out of it. So once we come out of, what happens? We are becoming free, we are becoming liberated. So, and everything is happening, right? So with knowledge only, if somebody is hurting you, if something is happening from outside, now the knowledge is telling us that, nothing comes for free. There must be something that in give and take exchange, you must receive that, and you are receiving it. Before knowledge, we just worry, okay, why people are cheating me, why people are treating me that way. So many thoughts will come. So knowledge, when you have knowledge, we will come out of it too. And even in the last Tapatraya, right, what we learned is Adi Daivika Tapam, the natural disaster. They will not also occur. So even when they occur, we come to an understanding that the group of souls who needed to experience that incidents. For example, tsunami happened when many people, many channelers connected to the higher souls to ask why the tsunami came. Like 2003 or 4, it happened, right? So why the tsunami happened? So then said that the group of souls must experience that tsunami, and because of that karma, they must go through that process. So no, so there are souls that they have to go through that process. And if you can remember, many from the different parts of countries, they travel to that location in order to spend in vacation or whatever reason, but they are also involved in that tsunami, right? So everything was placed in right time, right position by nature. Nature knows everything, my dear friend. So the yogi can see why the disaster things are happening, why nature is behaving in such a way. So definitely when he has that knowledge, when she or has that knowledge, right, they will never bother. They will never blame the nature. So one must replace their ignorance with knowledge. That's why it says Jnanan Mukti. Only knowledge can give you liberation. And only with complete knowledge, and whoever realizes that the life and birth, the life and death cycle, whoever understand that incarnation, like we have incarnations, and law of progress, law of incarnation, then only you will have that complete knowledge, my dear friends. So in order to receive complete knowledge, we must work towards it. That is what Lord Shiva is telling here. And the next one is Panchavinshati. I want to come back to this because here Patriji kept a lot of algorithm to understand. So if anybody wants to read and come and explain about this chapter, please go ahead and do it, because I really don't want to um, share anything which I'm not so clear about it. So I will come to this point when I understand this one. So I'll skip this. And then next one is Tirthayatra Tarinchadam. Like Tirthayatra means going to the pilgrim places, right? So what is the definition? Why people go to pilgrim places? So what Patriji says is, what is Tirtham? What is the pilgrim means where human being gets their liberation, gets their answer, gets the touch of divinity is called Tirtham, like the pilgrim place. And Yatra means going to that location, right? So that's so to become free of ourselves, to understand who we are. That is why people go to pilgrims. When no matter how busy you are, no matter how away from the divinity, one goes to pilgrim, then definitely they experience the place. This happened to many of us, right? So when we are all of a sudden, we are, it doesn't matter any mood. When you listen to one kirtana, when you participate in bhajan, or when you see suddenly something happening in front of you, you automatically feel so warm in your heart, and the tears start flowing, right? The divine feeling, the divine touch will be there. So that is the reason people go to pilgrims, because they will feel it. So when they feel, once they have the touch, right, it is a connection established. Once the connection established, we will become out of all this misery and whatever the Tapatriya mentioned, right? So that is why people go to pilgrims. So they want to become liberated. They want to come out of the suffering. That's why people go to pilgrims, and they want to come out of everything, the suffering. And what Patriji is saying is, one must, like, what we are doing is, we are going to our pilgrim place, right, every day in practice of meditation. Like, we know all that God is inside. We have to find our own divinity inside. So every time what we are doing, every day we are visiting because we want to become liberated from the illusion. We want to become liberated from the illusion. We want to realize the truth. That's why we are doing this Tirtha Yatra. Every day we are going. And that is what Patriji mentioned here. He has kept, because see, all the students are coming to Buddha to get liberation. So Buddha means breath, right? So when we be with our breath, when we be with our Buddha, definitely the liberation happens. And another one is, what Patriji mentioned is Mahavakyalu. So these are the very, very important terms, important truth from the books, right? So the first one, let us see. They are all from the Upanishads. One says that Prajnanam Brahma. We must have heard this. Prajnanam Brahma, Aham Brahmasmi, Ayam Atma Brahma, Tattvamasi. Prajnanam Brahma means the complete knowledge is a Brahma. And so when we have that complete knowledge, that complete consciousness is called Brahma. And Aham Brahmasmi is, I am that consciousness. I am that consciousness. When you realize that, when you realize that you are the creator, and this word comes, then Aham Brahmasmi. Again, I will stop here and I will share my experience here. I think I shared couple of times, no matter how many times I shared, because I want to, I had a question. Always I put a question, like, how does one feel when you have that experience, right? That Aham Brahmasmi. I am that creator. I am that consciousness. I am that God. I want to experience. I can experience I am Sheetal. I can experience I am a mother. I am wife. I am a daughter. But how do I experience that huge consciousness within me? How do I experience I am God? So I always had that question. But when I was reading Anastasia, and especially the book called Co-Creators book, and in that I was reading. So during that time, what happened is I had this beautiful experience. I sat in meditation. We think the realization hits us like after hours of practice, or maybe we have to go somewhere and somewhere, like in deep divine places to experience all these things. My dear friends, you never know how your experience is going to hit you. It can hit you anytime, like, it just happens just like that. So what happened is, one fine morning, I wanted to attend Chandra sir's session, so I just brushed my teeth, and the class was going on. Oh, I'm getting late, I have to sit in meditation. So I brushed my teeth, and then immediately I went and sat in meditation. Okay, so then I closed my eyes, and then I was thinking, okay, the class started, I have to go into meditation. So my thought was that. So as soon as I sat, that experience came, that everything is happening inside me. All is happening inside me. I am the creator. I created Patriji. I created pyramids. I create the stars, moon and sun, the earth, the planet, everything is my creation. I am the creator. That type of experience I was experiencing within short period of time. Like, maybe, I mean, I just sat in meditation, maybe in 1-2 minutes, that's all. I just started observing my breath, that's all. So the experience was so profound. I was enjoying that experience. Wow. Wow. That is what I am. Like, the experience is so amazing, my dear friends. So I was able to experience that. Then I understood what the Vedas, the Bhagavad Gita, and all the masters are trying to say. We are God, we are God, we are God, we are God. So, yes, put a question and definitely you will receive an answer, my dear friends. You must put a question. So in Telugu, there is a saying, Adagandi Ammai Annam Pettadu. Same thing. You want to experience it? Because I had that, like, zeal. How does one feel that when they experience this God, right? It's so hard to first of all accept that we are gods in the beginning. Now we know, but to experience was such a blissful moment for me. And as soon as I opened my eyes, Patriji was in front of my eyes. That was another amazing thing, because Guru knows, my dear friends, what student is experiencing, and they want to be there during that time. I felt that literally, because out of nowhere, I'm in Chandra sir session during the COVID time. He was not even invited in the first place. This is before the Buddha CEO began. Like, he was just taking classes for his neighborhood community and like close by pyramid masters. So then I was interested. I just joined to like meditate in the morning. That was only thing. So, and Patriji came, and with madam and Patriji were there. And then I was not able to explain my experience because it was so overwhelming. So I was feeling so emotional. I was crying. I could not express my experience, but I was able to express. And then Patri sir left. And look at the karuna of Guru. Uh, I don't know what I have done in order to receive Patriji in my life, and um, like I don't think so. Anybody can love us as pure as Patriji, as pure as Guru to a Sishya, right? I experienced that, and the days gone, and the experience came like 10 days is over, 15 days is over. And I told like during that session, right, expressing experience, I was feeling very happy. And then after 15 days, Patriji called me and he said, Sheetal ma'am, can you please share your experience? The other day, you were emotional. We could not, you want to share it completely, right? Now you can share. I felt so guilty. I should be calling him and I should be explaining the experience, right? Then after 15 days, Patriji called me, and then he was asking me about my experience. And I don't know where I kept my head. Like, I was feeling that, oh my God, what I have done. Okay, my guru calling me. I'm so stupid. Like, I did not even call him to share, but he is calling me to find out what is that. And then he asked me to put it in the Spiritual India magazine, my dear friends. So that is a beautiful experience. Thanks to this book, again, I was able to recollect. Every time I recollect, I just go back in the time and then I live with Patriji. So that is the best thing. And then the next one is I am Atma Brahma. So I am Atma Brahma means whatever the consciousness I am, right? The same consciousness is out there. So everything is same, my dear friends. So all the consciousness, like everything, what in the entire universe, what the only thing is exist is consciousness. So whatever consciousness I have inside is you have the same consciousness everywhere, in the birds, trees, piece of furniture, or everything. Like whatever you see, everything is belongs to that Brahma only, that consciousness. And Tattvamasi. So Tattvamasi means, so whatever I am, you are that too. So everything is Vishwatma. Everything is that higher consciousness, that is super consciousness. So having that knowledge is so important. And then Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma. So whatever exists in our Brahmanda is all Brahma means again that consciousness that you call God, you call super consciousness, or you call Almighty. So there are many names, right, to the same thing, but we have different names. So what one must experience this. One must experience the God inside us, my dear friends. We are touching God every day. Trust me. Whenever you sit in meditation, whenever you feel the calmness, right? People says, I'm not finding any experience. I don't receive any experience. But when you close your eyes, when you feel that calmness, when you feel that deep bliss, that is nothing but you are with your God, my dear friends, with the God. Trust me. So that is called God, my dear friends. We are touching, we are staying with Him every day, staying with Him every day. Why I'm saying Him is the consciousness is considered as Purusha. That's why always we say Him. So, and the next one, just a second. Okay. So next one is the Vruddudu. Vruddudu means old age, the senior person. So doesn't matter how old are you. So if you are aging old without knowledge, they don't call as a matured soul, right? So the if a if a baby if a baby possesses so much knowledge, we call him old soul. So you understand the difference, right? And the comparison is happening with the child and with the adult, like senior citizen. So if a citizen, Buddha saying that doesn't matter your hairs are so gray and gray, but if you do not have knowledge, you don't consider it as Vruddha. Vruddudu. But if a baby like maybe a teenager has so much knowledge and so much wisdom, we call them as a old souls, right? So our goal is to become old from the soul, not from the body. So there is no differentiate, like if you are old then you have so much knowledge, if you are less, you have less knowledge. It is not like that, my dear friends. So in one situation, Patriji mentioned, right? Like in many books also there, like baby souls are there, young souls are there, adult souls are there, and old souls are there. We must travel from baby soul to young soul to adult soul to old soul. So then only, so that is our progress, and it happens. It does. We don't have to worry, we don't have to think. It happens, law of progression. One must read that. When you read that, automatically you get so much strength that, okay, no matter what I do today, no matter what I do not do, but still I am progressing. You will come to an understanding. So we'll stop here, my dear friends. We'll stop with Buddha and we'll go into meditation. Okay, so let us all sit in meditation. Everybody, hands into hands, fingers into fingers, gently close your eyes and become one with breath. And many masters visited us today through this book, Adi Shankaracharya, and so many great wisdom from Upanishads and Lord Shiva with Jnana Mukti and Buddha, right? So let us all go into meditation and experience bliss and be with that consciousness. I'll be playing beautiful music.